Hi, I'm Sherry from C Virtual. I'm going to demonstrate placing a mail walk order via the Canada Post website. What you see in front of you is our Help Center article. All the steps are written out here, so if there's anything you need to reference that I said in the video, you can just take a look here, scroll down to the section you need, and get the details. Let's get started. Go to the Canada Post website at www.canadapost.ca. I'm already signed in, but if you needed to, you can just sign in here with your Canada Post login, and then go to Tools, Precision Targeter. We will be planning a Canada Post neighborhood mail campaign, and make sure to select I have read and agreed with the Canada Post terms and conditions. Then click Get Started. Often loading the precision targeter will need a minute to load, so don't worry about that. If you had started a previous mailing in the past and hadn't completed it, it might ask you if you want to resume your mailing. Otherwise, you can just click Start New Mailing. Item 1, describing your mail piece. We will be using the default options of the standard size and 30 grams, so those two categories you can leave alone. Next, we'll be selecting our mailing date. So if you already have a proof that is ready to go and you're just getting the mail walk documents out to us, you can select a date that is probably 2 business days in the future. So the default will always be today's date, and I would recommend a date 2 days in the future. So let's say we were sending it to the printer today. On Thursday, the printer would be able to print, bundle, get it all into containers and sent to Canada Post, and then on Friday it would finally be arriving at Canada Post to begin the mail walk. So choose a day, I would say about 2 business days in the future. You have the option of setting a budget limit for your mail out, and down below you can select taxes and your province, British Columbia. You don't need to include the transportation fees. Then click Continue, and we'll be refining our audience. So the default is to send the mail out to all the different types of properties. I would definitely recommend deselecting businesses unless that's of particular interest to you. And then you can also narrow your selection further if you just wanted to target homes or just target apartments. Today I'll just be targeting houses. And you also have the option of selecting particular demographics. So if you wanted your mail out to only go to a particular group, you could select from the drop-down categories and just select the demographics that are of interest to you. Otherwise, you can just click Continue. Section 3 will be defining our delivery area. So select Custom and just type in the address. And hit Continue. And Precision Targeter is going to hunt for this address on the map. And sometimes it will need slightly more detailed information, so it might need you to include the postal code. So just select it from the drop-down menu, and a map will appear of that area. Now to define your area, click on the map, and you can draw the target area that is of interest to you. So just keep clicking to sort of create the edges of your map, and then double click at the end, and Precision Targeter is going to find us all the various mail walks that are located in the area I've selected. You should keep in mind that we can't break up the mail walks. If you are selecting one, you would like to be doing the whole mail walk, because otherwise, if you don't have enough pieces to fill out the mail walk, the Canada Post mail walker will just drop off the number of pieces at the properties that they sort of reach first. So there's no way to control then where the mail walk is going. So you can see I've actually selected 8,246 properties, and the cost is $1,402. So let's say I look at my map and my selection and I'm thinking, a lot of those mail walks are not really in the area of interest to me. In fact, a whole bunch of these are just kind of at the edges of my interest area. So if that's the case, you can go over to your route, And now if I scroll over the various routes, not only will it highlight, it will show me the count within that route. So in this case, 906 homes. And if I don't want it, I can just deselect. It will go white and will be removed from my total count. So I can just deselect all of these mailwalk or mailwalks that are sort of outside of my target area. And it will bring my count back down to something far nicer and far more manageable. So there we go. Now all of those mailwalks are pretty much in the area of interest to me. You can also go up here to the data view and you can deselect or select mailwalks this way. If you knew you just wanted a particular mailwalk in that area. And I know I just want this little one for this example today. So now we're going to click place your order, and you can give your particular mailwalk a name. So my particular mailwalk's name will be Test 125 A Street. But obviously, alphanumeric values only. It didn't like my dash. No worries, we'll just remove the dash. But you can just make sure to give your mail out a name that you'll remember in the future in case you wanted to use that area again. So then save my mailing, and I'll just give it a minute, and it will likely bring me to my order page. Here we are, perfect. As we can see, my estimated cost is 65 cents. We have the name of my mail piece, Test 5404, my size, the weight, the thickness, my deposit date, and my deposit location. So all of that looks good. I'm thrilled, and I can click Continue here at the bottom. Next, it's going to ask me about the containers I'll be shipping my items over to them. So it's actually saved what I put in last time, but just so you know, the size of the boxes that we receive from Staples are 18, width is 11, height 4.5. Then down here with bundling, make sure to hit Configure Manually, and you want to put 100 pieces per bundle and 10 bundles per container. And now if you click Apply, it will calculate the number of pieces in the number of containers. And then you can just hit Continue. So next, we'll just be making our payment. So I'm going to pause the video here to continue with my payment. So after we've completed our billing and hit Continue, we end up here. This shows our final order confirmation. Just click Place Order. And it will tell me you have successfully completed your order. Terrific. But now, before you go anywhere, we need to make sure to print out our statement of mailing and container labels. It's really, really important that we do that we save these documents because we'll need them to send to the printer as they'll be doing the drop-off to Canada Post. So select Print. And what will I be doing? Saving the file, which is great. Oh, and it's going to save it as a PDF, which is just what we want. And great. So we'll save our PDF. And then we're going to do the same with our container label. Okay. And then just make sure to go into your documents and to find and make sure that you have the documents you need. So I'm just going to go to my documents and my download center and make sure I can find these files. Perfect. Okay, so mine went to my download folder, and I'm just going to open them up for you so you can take a look what they look like. This is your statement of mailing. It will come in 3 pages, 1, 2, 3. You can scroll down. They're actually almost always essentially identical, but slightly different. You can see there's one page is 1, 2, and 3 at the top. We will need all 3 pages, so great, we have that saved. And then we also have a container label, which you can see here is posted on or pasted onto the container to go to Canada Post to tell them what this is all about. So we need both of those PDF documents, so just make sure to print them, or click print and then save them as PDFs. And then you are good to go there. And when all of this is approved, you can close out your page. You've successfully completed your order. I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, I'm going to include a help number at the bottom of the Help Center article. Okay, have a great day.